Hey guys, it's me. I'm back with another New Trains installment. This is New Trains part 63, or 64. Correction, New Trains part 64. So in this installment, I'm going to show you some more New Trains that I recently just got, and I'm going to show some other ones that I've been working on. So let's get this started. This is a pretty cool train here. You guys are looking at it. This is a Gottwald Kibri Crane. And actually, give me a second. Let me get the kit box. So put that there. I got the name wrong. Correction, it's the Gottwald Crane. So if you guys are familiar with Kibri makes track maintenance vehicles, like high rail trucks, cranes, ballast cleaners, tampers, ballast regulators. There's another company that I forget what it's called. I think they begin with Visimen. I don't know how to pronounce their name, but they actually make the motorized vehicles. But this was a kit that I bought. Paid $100 for it, which is not bad. The kit comes with everything that you need to make the crane. The one thing I didn't like about the kit, though, was the fact that it was yellow. So the boom, the main body of the crane, all that was like factory yellow, which was the color of the plastic. And I wanted it to be different, so I decided to just go all out, and with my Tamiya paint, went and made this. So the green is cobalt green, which is kind of like a PC green, and then the silver is silver leaf, and then I painted the outrigger pads yellow. I also used Bachmann 33 metal wheels to replace the original wheels. And it does come with any coupler pockets that will accept KDs, as you guys can see here. But yeah, the decals are custom made by Circuit City Decals. The stripes are from a microscale decal set for the Burlington Northern. Yeah, so it's a fully functioning model. So the boom actually goes up and down. So yeah, the crane is fully functional. The hardest part was actually stringing up the boom. The only downside is when I was stringing it up, I made some errors with that. So unfortunately, in the regard of the hook being able to be lowered and dropped, I cannot do that anymore, which kind of sucks. But the cool thing is, if I wanted to just buy another crane like this and just replace the boom, I can replace the boom. The counterweight does actually extend if I can do this one-handed. This is the counterweight. Come on, extend. But yeah, it extends out further than that, and I put the ER&W logos on the back there. Oh, I should show the front. It's number 89. And then the person inside, which is the operator, that's actually the conductor person from an Atlas SD24, or in any Atlas HO engine. They have a conductor. That's the figure that I used. I also painted the interior rubber black, and I painted the control console white. But yeah, it took me like 4 or 5 days to do this whole crane because I wanted it to be different than what I saw in the box. So I had to paint everything individually. So the main body was cobalt green, the chassis, the outriggers, and the boom spools and reels are silver, along with the exhaust details. The outriggers are fully functional on the model, so they all work. And that's another reason why I like this kit, is because you can actually position it to make it look like it's working. And then the pads here, they also can be lowered as well, but I'm not going to go that far. But it's a fully functioning model, and I've always wanted one of these for like many years, but I never got around to actually buying one, just for whatever reason, because I just didn't. I think it was because of the websites that they were available on, or for whatever reason I just never got around to it, because Reynolds European Model sells them both as kits and ready to run models, and then I believe way long time ago TTE USA, which is another US importer of European trains, used to sell them, but they don't anymore. I don't think they sell any Kibri products anymore, which kind of sucks. But yeah, this is what's going to be in my maintenance away train. I do have another crane. It's just a regular, I think it's a brown hoist crane by Conrail. I think I have one of those. But this car will be paired up with this gondola. Now you guys probably know what this is. Those of you who have been following my channel for years and years, you guys know what this is. This is the Thrall 40 gondola. And basically I took a old lifelike F40PH cab, a roundhouse Thrall gondola, Walther's Buckeye 6-wheel trucks, Proto Power West SD45 or SD40 T-2 front pilot and frame, and a whole lot of custom fabrication, and I made this car. Now you guys know for years this car was never really finished. It was just half-heartedly patched and didn't really look appealing. But around the same time I got this crane, actually, correction, this I actually finished before I got that. So I actually got the notion to just paint it cobalt green and do a lot of custom work on it. So this is an Athearn blue box metal ladder. The decals are custom from Circuit City Decals, the ER&W ones, and then the numbers and then the maintenance away decals. Those are actually micro scale Seaboard Coastline decals, and yeah, I just flipped the M upside down to make it a W. And then the front chevrons here are from the BN kit, which is the same kit I used the chevrons for that crane. And then the grab irons are Tinchy grab irons, cow scale M5 horn. I have a speed recorder on the Buckeye truck. I added window glazing, brass sunshades. I think they're cow scale, but I'm not sure. And then I also added cow scale MU cables at the rear. Now you're probably saying, why do you have MU cables? Well, this is originally when this was built, it was going to be used to be for push-pull coal trains on a mine operation, because there was a mine operation in Arizona. It was the what was it called? It wasn't San Manuel. Yeah, San Manuel. I forget, but they ran mine trains with push-pull operation powered by Alco RS3s. And there's an operation in Canada that uses the SW1200MG motor generator, which is the electric version of the SW1200, and they have push-pull mine trains. So that's where the idea for the Thrall 40 gondola came to be, and this is what it looks like today. I also added the window glazing, and I did add blanked out number boards. And the F40PH cab is actually from a lifelike shell, which is pretty cool. I still got to add the drop steps here. I got to get those from Strasbourg or Nicholas Smith, whichever ones has them. But other than that, it's pretty much finished. And since it was going to be used in a push-pull operation, it needed to have multiple unit capabilities to be able to control the locomotive at the rear. So some people, well, when I first made this 13 years ago, a lot of people really didn't understand it, and they, some people didn't like it. A lot of people liked it. Some people didn't like it. Then when I reposted it a couple months ago, or a couple weeks ago, whichever was which, people just started going crazy over this thing, and they like it. It's something different, it's something unique, and it looks practical. The one thing I need to do to keep the battery boxes charged and the MU stuff charged, I was thinking about putting like a small, like maybe diesel generator inside the bed here, you know, and put like grills or stuff here, just to like have that there, or maybe put one on the underside here, like a small generator that keeps everything charged, so that it can be used with a locomotive, and it can be used with a locomotive because it has MU cables. So if you wanted to hook this up to like a B unit and use it like a shuttle around the yard, you actually can do that. But I repurposed it for maintenance away work, because a lot of maintenance away trains now, they have engines at both ends, or they have like a cab car at one end. Some of the more unusual ones, like the ones UP uses. And I think it's a good idea to have. So yeah, this car actually has a new purpose in life. So the Thrall 40 gondola is finally finished, guys, after 13 years of it being half done and not painted. It looks great, and I'm so glad I chose this color, because I was going to choose black, and I didn't want to choose black. And this was actually the first time I used cobalt green on any HO train, and I didn't know how it was going to come out. So it actually came out great. And I used Tester's dull coat on it. I think it was called Tester's. But anyway, that's it for that. Let's move on here to what we got here. So these just came in the mail today from Trains. Now, 2 of them I don't plan on keeping, and the reason is because they're AHM locomotives, and I don't usually keep AHM stuff. Like, I mean, not locomotives anyway. The cheap locomotive is that Riverosi right here. I call them cheap because they're not really, like, you have to add a lot of stuff to them, but I wouldn't, once you super detail them, they're not really that cheap anymore. But, whoops, don't want to cut myself. But yeah, these came in today, which I wasn't expecting this until next week. But yeah, let me get this wrapping off and show you what I bought. Okay guys, so these are the 3 locomotives that I bought from Trains. Trainz. They have an eBay store, and a lot of the trains that I bought from them, yeah, are featured on my channel. And sometimes, well, a lot of times, they buy collections and they sell trains or locomotives in groups, like groups of 4, groups of 6, groups of 8, maybe even 10 at a time. And I went on their website. This was, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. And I saw this group of locomotives, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. But the one engine that I really wanted was this one here. So let's move these other 2 out of the way. You guys know what this is. This is a Atlas RS3M. Now, this is custom made. So this is completely custom made by the original owner to be identical to a real Alco RS3M, or a repowered one, I should say, for their freelanced Western Oregon Railroad. Now, I looked at the pictures online, and I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew this was an Atlas engine. I looked carefully at the pictures. The body, so the nose and cab, are the Atlas RS3, along with the frame sill. The Jeep 9 or Jeep 7 hood section is a Atlas Kato hood. So this is an all Atlas unit, but it's been kit bashed. It's got separately applied grab irons. The number boards have been added to it. It's been painted. It needs MU cables and air hoses, but that's something I can add. Unfortunately, the sunshades broke off They weren't really that durable from what I saw in the pictures, but that's okay. I can put winterization hatches on both sides to fix that problem. I don't know what I'm going to do about that glue, though. That's something I'm a little worried about, but I might be able to fix that with some weathering. I love the horns on here. I forget what kind of horns these are. I know it's a 5 chime, but I don't know if it's not an S5 RT, but it's a different kind. And then they have the Sinclair antenna. Then they have the Southern Pacific, Western Pacific style number boards here, which I really like. The brake wheel, I don't think that yellow does the front justice. I mean, I don't know. I think white would be better, or maybe the green. But it runs. It's a great runner, and it's very heavy. But yeah, I've always wanted one of these. Now, obviously, I could have built one, but it's like, yeah, I'll get around to doing that. But I had to buy this engine, and the only reason why I bought this group of 3 was because that engine was in there. And guess what? I only paid $77 for all 3 of these engines. So basically, I paid the price of this, which probably, since it's an RS3M, it's probably worth more than $77. But Atlas RS3s, they go for like what, 60, $80 depending on who's selling them. So basically, I paid the price for that and got these 2 for free right off the bat. Now, these 2 are AHMs, and I just tested them, so all these run. When I purchased these, it said in the description, not tested, so they didn't test them out, which is fine. But these haven't been used at all, hardly. Like, there's no wheel wear on them. But I don't have a use for these 2 engines here, because they're AHMs. They're good. They're good quality engines. I actually had a Sioux line one. Actually, I think this is a patch. So this engine here is a patch. This probably was a Sioux line engine. And I'm looking at the paint. This isn't factory paint. So whoever had this, they custom painted it. They also put the fuel tank on the wrong way, because the air tanks are supposed to be back here, not up there. So I got to flip that around. That's a minor thing. But this is an RS11 right here for British Columbia Railway. But yeah, it's got a crack right there. Yeah, I just have no use for these here. But they both run. I tested them. So I probably might go to maybe sell these at Nicholas Smith today. Maybe. So, we'll see. I really don't have a use for them, but this is the one I really wanted, though. That's the only reason why I bought this group. But I was debating on it. I'm like, should I buy it? Should I not? And I said, you know what? You're going to kick yourself later if you just forget this was on there. So I bought it. And the cool thing is there are a couple more engines from the Western Oregon. There are a couple F7s for sale. I might go and buy those my next paycheck, just so I can keep the group of engines together. I usually do that. If I see a couple custom locomotives that someone made, I would like, you know what, I like to keep similar engines from the same road together in a collection, just because it's just something that I do. It's a thing of mine. But if not, then this will be the only one. But the RS4 Max that I built are basically an upgraded version of this. So I mean, to have an RS3M, I'm just happy. Thank God I was able to get this. I also need to put window glazing in here, but that's pretty much it. Window glazing, MU cables, air hoses, probably a speed recorder. I'm going to probably paint the fuel tank silver, because, yeah, I'm definitely going to paint it silver, because maybe leave it black. I don't know. I might paint it silver. And then get the winterization windows here for it, just to fix that problem. But other than that, this engine is ready to go. Oh, and I gotta get new couplers and coupler boxes for it, because the coupler boxes have been trimmed way too short. So, but yeah, this is it, guys. This is what I got. And this was supposed to come next week. FedEx actually made a mistake and sent it to the wrong, something went wrong where it got sent back to the origin, So then they expedited this to me because of that mistake, which they don't usually make that mistake, but I never expected them to ship it to me this quickly. But thank you, FedEx, for doing that for me. I really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, this is what I've been working on. I'll have more stuff coming to you guys soon. Oh, almost forgot. I'm in the process of making a concrete tie train. I don't know if I shared this in the previous video, I probably did, but I'm still in the process of making that. I have a bunch of cars already here, and I think I need to do 7 or 8 more to get the 20 car train. So once that's done, the concrete tie train will be done. As for the RS3M here, I think I'll put this, I think it'll be in mainline work, but also occasionally used on the work train. Um, I just like this engine. I mean, look at this paint scheme. I mean, and you just carry it like this. I mean, it looks pro-painted to me, professionally painted. I mean, the striping in there is a little off, but the paint overall looks good. I don't know what kind of paint they used, but that glue, I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. But yeah, it looks good to me. I like it. I really do, and I'm glad I bought it. I really am. I really am. I'm probably gonna build my own version of it, but I might use an RS2. Were Alco RS2s repowered with EMD engines? I'm not sure if they were, but if they were, that'd be cool. That's something I'll have to look into. But you guys be cool, and I will be seeing you guys later. Bye, y'all.